Hi there. Good afternoon. It's afternoon. This is Sherry. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you. And I'll tell you if you're new here, this this is just my grief journey. I have been making several videos regarding grief and my personal journey. I'm not a medical professional. However, I'm just giving you my journey and what I've done and what helps me and what don't and things like that. If you like the videos, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you would like, and always, if you want to comment, please comment. I do really enjoy reading the comments. Um, and if you're a normal follower of mine, welcome back. And I want to say I want to apologize. I have not made a video in a few days, and I've just been incredibly busy. Excuse me just a moment. I'm going to kind of move this. No, I guess I'm not. But I haven't made a video in a couple of days. I've been really busy. I had 4 grandkids spend the night last night, and so I'm tired. I just took them home, and I wanted to make sure to make this video as soon as I got home. So, um, the first thing I want to, and I've got a cat coming up here. Get down, but I don't want you up here. Um, the first thing I wanted to say is, if you're a regular follower of mine, I typically do not. Typically, I just talk about whatever's going on in my life. Get down. I don't want you up here. She's gonna knock the camera over. That's why. Anyway, today's going to be a little bit different. There is specific topics I want to talk about. And I want to kind of go back to my last video. Before I do, though, I want to say if you are new here, I would advise you to go back and look at some of my earlier videos. All of them are my grief journey. And the very first one, my grief journey #1. You can take a look at that and see a lot about my journey at the beginning. I will tell you I lost my husband in September of 2024. So just a little over a year. And, so it's just my journey that I'm telling you about. But I do want to get into this. There's a few things I want to talk about. And today I actually researched a little bit of things, and I want to bring up some specific topics. The first thing I want to mention, and I'm only saying this to anyone who is very early in their grief, in the early days of grief, when it's just happened, your main focus is always going to be on the loss that you've suffered, and it's all consuming. It totally consumes you on what you've lost. It's all about the loss, and not thinking about anything other than what's missing and what you've lost. And it's totally all consuming. However, I just want to say that that's okay. It's totally okay to not be okay. And but as time moves on, you will get to a point where you just want to honor your loved one, and there's a lot of, and that actually helps you to heal, to honor them. And there's several different ways, as far as a lot of pictures, maybe a garden outside, maybe donating to their favorite charity, um, anything like that, jewelry. And all of that, when you start honoring your loved one in that way, it is actually helping you to heal. So I just wanted to point that out. But the thing that I want to talk about today, in my last video, I mentioned that I had made some New Year's resolutions. One of them, I said that I want to move forward. I want to be very clear on that, on what I mean by that and what I don't mean by that, okay? So before I get into the moving forward, I want to talk about stuck in grief. Um, because it is very possible to get stuck in grief, and I want to kind of explain a little bit about that as well. And I'm going to give you an analogy first. So, when a car gets stuck in mud, all forward motion stops. No matter how hard you push the gas pedal, the spinning tires cannot gain enough traction to get out of the slippery mud. Grief is very similar to that. It can be persistent, and when you get stuck in grief, it can almost feel impossible to move forward. Getting unstuck does require purposeful effort in the right direction. Being stuck in grief is not about time. It's about not taking steps towards healing. It's never about time, though. Grief has no timetable. So, and I say this because my husband's been gone 15 months, people some tend to think that at a year you should be done. You should be over it. I'm here to tell you there's not a timetable on grief. Grief never ends. Grief is a journey that never ends. It definitely changes along the way. But some symptoms of being stuck in grief, and this is one that really got me when I read this. One of the symptoms is normal daily routines start to become unbearable. Now, as I mentioned to you in several of the videos that I made, that I have noticed that my housework is becoming really hard for me to do. It's and like what this says is unbearable, but for me it was just so overwhelming. The housework had just gotten so overwhelming that it was getting behind, and the house was starting to get in bad shape and everything. And I didn't understand it because it wasn't like me to have it that messy. Yeah, I would, sometimes it would look lived in, but I didn't have it filthy. Well, as soon as I read that, I went, oh, so that's what that is. Another sign of being stuck in grief is ignoring your pain or numbing your pain with alcohol or drugs. Now, myself, I can say that I did not never numb the pain with alcohol or drugs because, one, I don't drink and I definitely don't do drugs. But I did ignore the pain. So many times the pain was there, but I let everybody, I'm okay, I'm fine, everything's fine, and just lied to them and to me because I was not okay. So, another analogy that I read is regarding being stuck in grief. Come on, this one always wants to come up whenever I'm on camera. Okay. Now, all right, darling. I'm sorry. Okay, imagine having a map, but the map was drawn incorrectly. You'd get lost and you would never find your way forward. The same thing happens when we listen to bad advice and believe the wrong things. One of those wrong things is, and I'm sure that you've been told this, I have certainly heard it a lot, is time heals all wounds. There they go again, getting into the time. When somebody says time heals all wounds to you, it is putting a timetable on your grief. And like I said, there's not a timetable on your grief. And moving forward is disloyal to your loved one. Well, that one got me. That one, I felt that way. I felt like I was disloyal to him. I mean, that even goes to if I was having fun. If I was having fun, I would feel guilty and like I was doing something I shouldn't be doing, and I was not being loyal to him. And also, God took something from me that I can't live without. And I'm sure we've all felt that way. I'm sure everyone watching, if you're going through grief, has felt that way. And I certainly did. I felt like I couldn't live without my husband. But the bottom line is I can. I didn't want to live without my husband, but I can live without him. So, that being said, now that I've talked about what being stuck in grief is, let me talk about what moving forward is. And I want to be real clear on this because I said that I want to move forward. So I want to make sure that everybody understands what I meant. So, moving forward with grief means accepting it as a companion, not something to get over by honoring memories, taking care of yourself physically and emotionally, finding healthy ways to express feelings, talking, journaling, crafts, and gradually re-engaging with life and new experiences. Understanding there's no timeline and your unique journey involves integrating loss while finding purpose again. It's about building a new normal where your loved one's memory lives on as you continue to live fully. When you're moving forward, allow yourself to feel unexpected emotions and understand your grief is unique and does take time. Keep their memory alive through stories, photos, new traditions, or acts of kindness in their name. Grief is very taxing. Prioritize gentle exercise, good nutrition, rest, and seek medical help if needed. Gradually explore new hobbies, set small goals, and allow yourself to find hope and purpose in your future, even with the pain. What moving forward does not mean. It's not moving on. You don't leave the person or the grief behind you. You integrate the loss into your life as you continue to live. It's a process. There's no set timeline. It's about transforming your relationship with your loss over time, not curing it. It's about living. It's about finding ways to be happy and experience joy again while honoring the person you love and lost. And anybody who watches my videos knows that I don't normally read from things, but I really wanted to make those points because I had said that I want to move forward and I wanted to make everybody understand that by saying that, what I meant. Okay? I just read it all. It is not moving on. It's moving forward. And it's living your life. So, I'm not going to make this a really long video. I will say, like I already said, it's okay to not be okay. And I've said many times that grief never ends. But love never dies either. Love never dies. And so the last things I'm going to say is think of something positive that happened today or that you're going to do today. Think of the one thing that's positive. I can say the one thing that was positive was having my grandchildren for the night. It was we had a good time. But it's also positive that I took them back home. I love them, but they tire me out when they're all four together. Because, the ages are 13, 12, 11, and 11. So I've got teenagers, pre-teenagers, and, it gets crazy. But anyway, also count your blessings. Be sure to count your blessings every day. You will find that you do have a lot to be thankful for. Try to focus on what you have rather than what you've lost. Because I know it's so easy to focus on what you've lost. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video and tell everybody to have a very blessed day. And I will see you again in a couple of days. Bye-bye.